would have played elevator music because when you're actually in the elevator and all you're doing is listening to that music, getting from floor 1 to floor 2 takes forever when you're listening to that music.
Bro,
so imagine working.
I work on the 3rd floor. Trust me, I know.
It takes forever. So like, imagine working and listening to that music, and you're just like, "Yo, this day is taking forever."
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't call me. What's the equivalent to for a woman?
Ratchet.
No.
Jay?
No.
I think Jay knows.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I don't. Oh yeah.
Whoa! Wow! Whoa!
Hey,
we're taking it there.
Hey, I don't work there.
Let's go.
I can say.
Wow.
Let's go.
Hey, yo.
Hey, time that shit, man. I gotta bleep that.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
45 minutes.
45
Hey, no,
minutes, all right.
what you gotta do is you gotta bleep in when Snoop Dogg says it.
No, that's what Paul.
I would have caught her off the clock and called her that.
He'd have waited. He'd look at the clock. 5 o'clock. You old mouth funky.
All right, hold up.
Yeah.
No, I'll hold up. Y'all
I don't
keep
know. I don't
going.
know what the equivalent is for that. So
I don't either.
If y'all know, let us know. But
yeah.
Clearly, it's not what Paul said. So
Yeah, it's not. That. All right. Move on. Terrance, I know you had a story to tell.
yeah. So
Do you not want to tell it?
I had nothing to tell. So I was supposed to go to Angry Crab on a date.
Hold on. Do these women, I'm assuming,
Of course.
do they listen to the pod?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just trying to save you.
It don't matter. That's all I'm saying.
It's content.
Fuck that shit, Terrance.
It's content.
No, I'm just saying in case like you had a good time and you want to see them. I'm just saying.
Oh, the Applebee's. I think she does, but
Okay.
yeah, no. So I was supposed to go to Angry Crab with someone, and I threw an audible because even though she offered to pay, I was just like, I don't really want Angry Crab. Like, just
you based it off your food choice.
I surely did.
No, I don't want.
Bro, I got off work, got my hair cut, and was like, bro, I ain't really in the fucking mood for Angry Crab. So I called her and said, I got something came up, I can't make it. And then, girl I've known for like a year now was like, hit me up and was like, did you want to grab some drinks? And I was like, yeah, what'd you have in mind? She said Applebee's. I said,
Perfect.
right on, let's go.
There you go.
Hey, bro. So we went to Applebee's and we spent like 4 hours in Applebee's.
Got some boneless wings.
She got chicken tenders, I got a burger. And they got those like big mug drinks. I have knocked 2 of them things out. Good day.
I like Applebee's, dog.
I haven't been Applebee's in a long time, man.
You can't knock an Applebee's date, bro. It would be the best date.
It's chill.
It's chill.
Applebee's, man.
I've never had a bad experience there.
I haven't either. I haven't had a bad experience.
I've gotten sick, but it was at a one I shouldn't have been to.
Remember that one time we were there and that bartender was... Remember that bartender that used... I forgot. He was like doing tricks and shit.
Oh, yeah. And I won $1 off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That was also the time. Jay, remember that drunk dude that was there?
Yep.
Remember when we were at Applebee's? I think it was me, you. Paul, I think you were there too.
Paul, me, Chill, and Aaron, I think.
Yeah. We were at Applebee's and we went to the bar. And then I asked the bartender, is anybody sitting here? Because there was change on the counter. And the bartender was like, no, I think they're gone. So I was like, all right. So we all sat down at the bar. And the drunk dude came over. And then he was like, yo, this is my seat. I was like, well, I asked the bartender if these were available. And he said, yeah. And so I just sat down. And like we were all sitting down. And the dude was drunk. He was like pissed drunk. And then I think the lady that he was with was like, no, it's okay. There's seats over here. And then they went and sat down somewhere else. And then so we were just like vibing, just like cooling for like 20 minutes or so. And then the dude comes back over to me. And he's like, yo, get the fuck up off my seat. And then the lady, she's like, no, like, it's okay. Like, come sit over here. And then there was a cop right there too. And then so the dude was getting like really like loud. And then so I like pushed out my seat. And then Jay stood up. And he was like, yo, do we got a problem? And then so the cop came over, and then he threw the drunk dude out. And then you were talking to the cop. I don't know if you remember this, Jay, but
I do.
Yeah,
because I was ready.
Yeah, Jay was ready. Jay, because like at first it was nothing. At first it was just like, yo, this is, you know, they went and sat down, and then we sat down. We had our drinks already. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then so the dude just came back over and was like, yo, get the fuck out of my seat. And then that's when I was gonna scoot out my seat, but Jay stood up. I was like, oh. Jay stood up, and then he's just like, yo, do we got a problem? And then the cop threw the drunk dude out. So
cop saved his life.
Black justice.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I was mad. Yeah. So that particular cop, he seemed familiar because I think I seen him in court. Like recent, like fairly, not necessarily then, but like fairly recently. So he looked at me and I looked at him. I was like, I know you, but I don't know bad shit. So
yeah.
So I was like, and then we started talking, and I was just like, yeah, man, like he's clearly drunk, and he was like, oh, don't worry about it. He's like, y'all enjoy your night and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that dude, I was like, yeah. I'm gonna have to knock it. I'm gonna knock this shit out straight up.
Yeah.
Cause he just came up and like if he would have swung on Manny immediately, it would have been over. Cause Manny wouldn't have seen it coming. Like it was gonna be a cheap shot. So I was like, well, you go get yours. I'm gonna get mine, player. So as soon as you go down, you getting stomped out. So that's how that works.
And this dude was drunk too, so it like. He would have had it coming. Yeah. So and I think that's the only. And I don't even think that was a bad experience for me. I think that was just like, yo, this is the person that just had too many drinks. And
No, I need some people like Jay, not because he's black tea, but because he's a good friend.
Yeah. All right.
I think it's because he's black. But carry on.
Shout out to Applebee's.
Shout out to Applebee's.
Shout out to
Applebee's.
Like I said, we spent 4 hours in Applebee's, like, and we just chilling and vibing and drinking, like. So it was a good night.
The artichoke dip is still good.
I didn't get the artichoke dip, but got some mozz.
I missed that artichoke dip.
The artichoke dip is good. I haven't had it in a while, but yeah, it's good.
But yeah, they got these drinks that I guess like they have a promotion going on. Like 3 employees throughout the United States got to incorporate their drinks, and they're like frosty drinks. Them shits is fire. Them shits will sneak up on you though.
Nice.
I was like, I need some water. Woo.
Some water.
Cause it's low key just like sugar and alcohol.
Nice.
Love that.
Delicious.
All right. We just got ourselves. Oh, I forgot to add you, Jay. I'm sorry.
Speaking of getting stomped out.
That was, hey, bro.
That was a good segue.
That was a good segue. I'll be honest. When I read this story, I didn't believe it.
When I read it, I laughed.
I seen it.
Like, bro, this ain't real. Get the fuck out of here.
I seen it, but I didn't know anybody else was gonna see it. But this is interesting. So those are the guys that don't know what we're talking about. An elephant
never forgets.
Stomps a woman to death, then pulls up at her funeral. It does the same exact thing again.
He finished her off.
Yeah. So I read this and I laughed. I don't know the situation of what happened, but I do know that elephants do not forget because they have a really good memory. So this woman or this elephant had a bad experience with this woman or the woman's family or the woman's.
I think it was her family, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something. And he said, "All right, bet.
Pull up on your bitch. I'm gonna pull up on your bitch ass.
You want the smoke? All right, I got you." So
pulled up on her bitch ass and rolled out on her. Exactly. Literally.
Yeah, really.
That's crazy.
Stomped her out and then showed up to the funeral and was like, "Yeah."
Yo,
looked at everybody that was at the funeral and said, "Remember me."
The funeral had to be like days later. This elephant still
pulled up and just stomped it out.
This is the thing. Like, nobody thought to stop the elephant. Like, not granted, yes, it's an elephant, but I'm pretty sure there was a decent amount of people.
Who gonna stop an elephant?
There's a decent amount of people with guns and been like, "Hey, yo, okay."
Wait, where was this at?
I don't know.
I don't know where this was at. It's not like this
I'm assuming.
Like
I think it was like somewhere in Asia.
Yeah, probably.
No, but I will say for them though, elephants for them are like
they're sacred.
Yeah, they're sacred. They're sacred beings. So you might not. But who's carrying guns at funerals, fam?
That's true.
This is true.
This lady wasn't gang banging. She was just an old lady.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'm gonna be honest. After I read this article, I did go down a rabbit hole. This is not the first time this has happened before.
Oh my god!
Yo.
The elephant stomping people out.
Yes, this is like there are not a lot, but a lot of stories of this like throughout the years.
This is hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious, but it's hilarious.
It's
like
it's kind of
sorry these people are dying, but
it's because it's not something we've heard. Like you don't hear like, oh shit, like, hey, this lady that lives in Chandler got stomped out by an elephant, and then he rolled up on the funeral to make sure she was dead. Like,
it was in India.
You don't hear that story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like Asia.
Yeah. So
like,
yeah,
I get it, but yeah, I did the rabbit hole thing, and I was like, oh shit, this happens quite often, more often than it should.
Yeah, and for the people of India to look at elephants as like sacred and like, they're probably like, yo, she must have did something.
Actually,
Had to have.
all she was doing was collecting water in that
specific
village.
She was stealing their water. She was stealing the elephants' water.
She was in their hood taking their water.
All right, well, that's where I give my kids a bath. Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a dry season. Like, what's up?
Yeah, got stomped out. That's why. And then the elephant was like, "Shoot me the addy to the funeral."
Yeah. So I could send you my condolences.
Bro, so they had to have had the funeral somewhere that the elephant.
Like right next to the elephant's house.
That's the thing. Like, usually, I don't know how it works in India, but like you would think the funeral is somewhere else, and like the elephant might not have ever been there, but he was like, y'all didn't think I knew where y'all was pulling up. I'm pulling the fuck up. Like, what?
Yeah. I don't know. That was hilarious, but rest in peace to her.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Salute to elephants. I'm just shout out to elephant.
We don't want no problems.
We don't want the smoke, man.
We don't want the smoke.
Speaking of people that don't want the smoke, so these fans was out here tripping.
I saw the video
on Tom Hanks and his wife,
paparazzi.
Yeah, and
did y'all see the video?
I seen the video. So apparently, Tom Hanks and his wife, they were out having dinner. And apparently, like, they don't step out a lot. They don't go out a lot. They, keep to themselves. And, so they just decided, hey, let's go out to eat, go to dinner. They went to dinner, and then they was walking back to their van or their car. And the paparazzi and the fans, they was like so eager to get next to them that they were like pushing on one another. And some dude got pushed into Tom Hanks' wife and tripped her up, and she almost fell. And Tom Hanks was like, "Nah,
back the
fuck this." So yeah, he started like, "Yo, back the
fuck up."
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. He got a little gangster when he did.
He did, and I never seen that before in Tom Hanks.
I like it,
which was dope.
Yeah,
it was dope.
Which
originality,
is very dope.
Yeah, which is like, yo. Tom Hanks is with the shits.
Oh yeah, you don't fuck with Tom Hanks now. I'm like, oh. But the funny thing was, like, he made me feel bad for what everybody else did. Like I was there with him when
you
he
got
said it.
I
was like, y'all some fucking assholes. Like I wish I was there. Like, the fuck are you doing? Why
Tom Hanks' wife,
that? Why would you do that to his wife, man?
Hey man, you gotta protect your queen, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. The part that did make me laugh was when the cameraman hand back around and it was on that little goofy white kid.
Yeah, I seen that too, and he was just like,
I was like, well, did he push her? Because why did the cameraman go back to him? Like, out of everybody.
You can hear in the background, the old boy, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Tom. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Do better, guys. Do better.
Yeah.
Fuck the paparazzi.
Celebrities are still people too.
They are.
Yeah. Shout out to Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Protect your queen.
Woody.
What are Tom Hanks' 5 best movies?
The Toy Story.
Castaway.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
And
what's that one?
Wasn't he Mr. Rogers?
He did play. Yeah, that was
Mr. Right. I haven't seen it though.
The one where he plays it's an older one, but the one where he the kid or not? Well, it's not the kid. I can't think of the fucking name of the movie.
What about the captain one? Where's I'm the captain now?
That's a good movie, but I don't think it's a top five.
That's the one I was thinking of.
I haven't seen that one either.
Sully?
That's bothering him.
That's a good movie though. That's another one.
Tom Hanks is good at getting himself in trouble making a bomb ass movie.
This is the thing with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is like probably arguably one of the best actors of all time, if not the best.
Yeah, I would agree. He might be top 5.
He's up there.
Top 5.
There needs to be a movie versus. Like, who would you put Tom Hanks up against in a versus?
Samuel L. Jackson.
No, that's not
too different. That's too. I don't know. That's too different.
Damn, who would you put Tom Hanks up against?
That's a good question.
I don't know. We're gonna have to think about that.
Yeah.
The Da Vinci Code.
He was in Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Turner and the Hooch.
Mm-hmm. Catch Me If You Can.
He was in Catch Me If You Can.
Green Mile.
Green Mile. Bro. How we forget about that one?
Apollo 13.
That's
Apollo 13.
That's his top 5 movie.
Elite. My personal favorite though is A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own was good. There's no crying in baseball.
Big, where he plays the kid that grows up overnight. That was a good one too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put him in the verses top 5.
He on the Mount Rushmore.
Him, Denzel.
De Niro?
You can put De Niro up there.
I'm gonna
Pacino.
I put De Niro over Pacino. I think they're very interchangeable.
Yeah,
that's fair.
You gotta put Sammy.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, bruh, he's got like over 170 movie credits. Like,
yeah,
he goated. Granted, he plays himself in most of the roles, but Denzel kind of does too now. I when I watch a Denzel movie, I look for certain things. He's gonna do my man.
Denzel is always inspiring when you watch his roles. Like you like. It's
Even
just like,
even in the movies where he's the bad guy, like Training Day, I was like, hey,
I would do exactly what he would have told me.
I get it.
I understand.
Like, fuck you, Jake. I'm trying to get these millions. Yeah, we're gonna have to come. Next episode, we'll have to do the verses. Who Tom Hanks 5 best movies versus somebody else's 5 best movies. Yeah. All right.
Moving on.
Deportes.
My Golden State Warriors got another one.
What'd you say? Your Golden State Warriors?
Indeed, I did.
I was expecting Manny to say that.
I wanted to beat him to it at the expense of it being against the Celtics.
No, I'm not.
Did you cry, Manny?
I did not.
No.
But shout out to the Warriors, man.
I'm a warrior, man. I never run a snitch. I'm a grown man, dog. I ain't no bitch. Won't change cause he rich. Before I shit on my family, I lie in a ditch.
So you should have told that girl, Edgar, I'm a grown man, dog. I ain't no bitch.
Yeah.
My man, I need that playlist, man. I need to step up my playlist.
That's
I
a
guess.
song.
Yeah, bro. We gotta just hit her with that.
Gotta hit her with that single.
Only the green moves me. I got a clean Uzi. Pair of gloves and a mask from the Scream movie.
Bars.
Shout out to the Warriors. Congratulations on your championship.
Steph top 5?
Steph is top. He's always been in my top 5.
He was great in this area.
All right, so who is he bumping off out of the top 5?
He was great. My top 5 are Michael, Kobe, LeBron, Steph, and Timmy.
Timmy?
So Shaq's not top 5?
No, Magic Johnson?
No, I'm good on them.
Larry Bird?
I'm good on him too. Top 10, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, you said LeBron?
Yeah.
He said Lebanon. No, I'm not mad at that list.
Yeah, I can't be mad.
Even if you don't have Steph in your top 5, you still make the
still
case
top
for
10.
top 10. As a,
They're
with everybody, they're going to be subjective. But
I'm taking out all these old people.
I get it.
Even Oscar could go. We got Russ.
All right,
like
Gilbert.
Like Gilbert
said.
Like
Gilbert
because it just made sense to me. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Because Oscar Robertson was average Triple J. But now we got Russ that's doing the same exact thing. Probably even better. So...
Yeah, I would look at their stats to see the efficiency, maybe, but
that's fine. But look at their games.
True.
Oscar Robertson was more efficient, and Oscar Robertson has a championship, and Russ does not.
That's fine, but look at their games.
But no, I get that side of it.
What you mean? Look at their games? You just said who's more efficient. It was Oscar Robertson.
I don't know if anybody's watching Oscar Robertson games.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was a different league too, though. The league hadn't popped like that. Like, it wasn't like Magic and Larry.
I just think the pure athleticism alone is like elite compared to
back then.
Russ just ain't got no shot. That's what it is.
I mean, yeah, it's true.
He bugs me with that goddamn backboard shot, bro.
You know who? So going back to the finals. So I've always liked the Warriors. I don't think that's out of like everybody knows that, right? Yeah. I've always liked the Warriors. So when the finals started, I was like, man, this is gonna be like I'm a Celtics fan, first of all. So I was not gonna be mad at the outcome either way. But I definitely wanted the Celtics to win. Usually when I see a finals matchup, I find myself rooting against another team, even if the Celtics don't make it. Yeah, I always find myself rooting against another team.
You want a certain team to win.
Yeah. This final series, I did not find myself finding a reason to hate the Warriors other than one person.
Green?
No, I like Draymond.
I don't like
CP3.
CP3.
The Warriors.
You hate him.
He's never gonna win a ring.
Clay?
No, I like Clay.
Andrew Wiggins?
No, I find Andrew Wiggins.
Is it a player or a coach?
It's a player.
Jordan Poole?
Jordan Poole.
I was like,
Jordan Poole. I found myself being irritated with him because a lot of his shots were just like thrown up and going in.
I'm gonna be honest. You know who his game reminds me of?
Who?
It reminds me of the old N1 mixtapes. Like, he almost looks like he's playing. Yeah. He's cross.
Yeah.
Shoot. And it's like, what?
Yeah. I just because I didn't hate him before the series. Like when I was watching him against like Denver and then I was just like, you cooking.
He's doing
right?
all right.
I was like, all right, let's go, do your thing. I was like, this dude's gonna be the next one, right? But in the final, I was like, yo, this motherfucker is annoying. Like, I don't like him. Like, he's just like annoying for some apparent reason. And I just found myself hating him. So I was rooting for the Celtics extra because whenever this motherfucker was on the court, I'm just like, yo, somebody fucking tackle his ass. I just hated him. I just hated him for whatever reason.
I get that. No, I think my biggest takeaway is Andrew Wiggins showed up.
Yeah. And
I honestly think he found a place where he can honestly make an impact and probably win another championship if he decides to stay. Just on the simple fact, he's replacing Andre Iguodala. What Andre Iguodala brought to those first 3 championships they won, but he's doing that while also bringing a better offensive game. Like, through watching that entire series, like he matched, Jason Tatum. Like, I don't want to say like point for point because he didn't, but like.
No, he outshined Tatum.
He outshined Tatum exponentially in a situation where you weren't you outshined the go-to because you outplayed the go-to on both sides of the court, which you don't see too often.
I remember when they selected Andrew Wiggins to be in the All-Star game.
You were mad.
A lot of upset people.
I didn't see it at that point. But, just seeing him progress in the end of the regular season and the finals,
he deserved it.
Yeah.
He proved why. He proved why.
Yeah.
He showed he can be a top-tier defender.
Yeah. I think when it comes to championship basketball, that's the Warriors' DNA. That's Steve Kerr finding those matchups and coaching, and then Steph and Clay and Draymond and them guys, they just do a phenomenal job just like facing that pressure. I did think the lights were too bright for Jason Tatum at times.
Oh, yeah.
The majority of the time, actually.
Well, like I said, I think he was done at halftime in that last game. Like,
I think I think a lot of that team was just exhausted, especially Tatum. I think Tatum was a little bit more exhausted than everybody because of what he did in Milwaukee and in Miami.
It was that, but like, and this is one thing just I noticed just watching the Warriors throughout the years, like their offense is very unorthodox in a sense of your primary ball handler is a guy with not great handles who's facilitating, which is Draymond Green. Mm-hmm. And you have you probably have your best defender guarding Clay or Steph. And even on a half court set, they're chasing them off pin down screens and backdoor screens, and you're running through screens and running through bodies. And I always give this to Clay and Steph. They have crazy endurance and stamina because they can do that for 48 minutes. Yeah. And you don't see a lot of teams conditioned to play that or be able to guard that type of play, which is why they're able to get those threes off and shoot at such a high clip. And it's like, I think that just that's going to wear any team down if you're not prepared for it, which I think is what happened here. On top of it, having 2 game sevens back to back, 2 game sevens, 7 game series, like that's gonna eventually, especially with your team being so young, like Al Horford being the only true elder statesman on the team, like youth, that energy is gonna wear down. Yeah,
and again, they went through the challenges that they needed to go through. Them being the Celtics, they went through KD and Kyrie. They went through Giannis. They went through Jimmy and that tough Miami defense. They just, like I said, I think they just got exhausted. Lights were too bright. And I said this during the season as well. I said Jaylen Brown is more valuable right now than Jason Tatum was. Just because there was something that was telling me, I know Jaylen Brown's a little bit older, I think by a year or so or whatever, but
it's a year.
Yeah. To me, if there was anybody that was going to be consistent, it was going to be Jaylen Brown. Or at least more consistent. He wasn't consistent.
Well, he was for the first 3-4 games.
Yeah. And then to me, Jason Tatum, I think what everybody expected of him and what he thought everybody expected of him was 1, take over, 2, learn how to facilitate the ball, and 3, when clutch time comes, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I think the pressure was on him a little bit too much, and he just kind of folded. So he's 24. He's still young. I don't think this is going to be the last time we see him or them in the finals. So
as a true Celtics fan, let me ask you this though. So what do you think do you think the team bought into what Adoku said over what Brad Stevens was coaching and why you guys finally got over that hump? Now, granted, no, you didn't win the championship, but you got over that getting out of the Eastern Conference Finals hump. Do you think it was more of the players bought into what he brought versus what Brad Stevens was bringing? Or
yeah, I think so, and I think it was proven because of how defensive minded they were. When Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, when they came in the league, they were
offensive.
Yeah, they were just offensive, just all offense, just run offense. I think this time around, when you have somebody like Marcus Smart leading that defensive front, and they did a hell of a job, and they got behind what Ime was doing. But again, your defense can only take you so far. I know defense wins championships, but your defense can only take you so far if your offense is lagging. True. And what they were doing on offense is turning the ball over.
It was that, but I think it was, and I just looking back, because I like Marcus Smart, but offensively, scoring wise, he's not as good as I think he thinks he is. I think he thinks he can score to the same levels as Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and I think that also kind of hurt them in these series. Whereas it's like, no, you're supposed to, they want you to probably give them 15 and 10. That's your range right there. You don't need to do 25 to 30. We don't need you taking those shots. We need that 15 and 10 and clamp up whoever that you're guarding.
Yeah. And I don't think that was his mindset the majority of the time. I think when you see your star player, Jason Tatum, struggling, your offense has to come from somewhere. So when you try to I guess play hero ball, I mean it's gonna affect the outcome of the game. And let's be honest, it wasn't just Jason Tatum that was stinking it up. Our bench was just terrible. Like we were not getting bench production from anybody.
Yeah.
So it was god awful. Like I know, when you hear people like Stephen A. telling Mark Smart stop shooting these threes because they're not falling for him, and they weren't. But sometimes they were going in. It was surprising, but it's just one of those things where it's like, yo, your offense has to come from somewhere. So where's it going to come from? So
because there was some substitutions he made that I questioned. Because was it Pritchard and I can't think of the other dude with the afro.
White.
Yeah. When you can't have them two on the court at the same time.
Yeah.
And like when he did that a lot, you saw the Warriors make those pushes, and it's like that can't happen because you have no offense right there in those two. That's two. You're losing two offensive opportunities when you have those two on the court. So it's just.
I think their biggest mistake or their biggest it was when Steph was guarding Al down low. Like I don't know how you don't just keep giving and they weren't even double teaming Al. So it's like, yo, just give the ball to Al. You got Steph on him. Let him get big and let him go score. Like we don't have to score in bunches. All we have to do is get stops and then just get a bucket. Doesn't have to be a three. Doesn't have to be a mid range. Give it to Al on the post. He has Steph on him. Let him go play ball.
Yeah.
And that's some of the shit that just did not happen. So I mean, salute to the Warriors. I had them winning at the beginning of the season anyway. So
I sure didn't.
I did.
I didn't. It's okay.
I don't think anybody expected the Celtics to be where they were.
Should have been.